all of those questions are just empty questions. So I received those questions a lot. If it's on Discord or on TikTok or I don't know, everywhere. I receive so many questions. Do you trade order blocks? Do you trade rejection blocks? Do you trade yeah, what was your entry? Was the entry the rejection block? Whatever. And those are all empty questions. Because if I tell you, yeah, I entered off a 5 minute fair value gap, I entered off a 4 hour order block CE, I entered off the 50 minute rejection block CE, I entered off the 10 a.m. opening. This wouldn't help you. I could even show you my draw-ons. I could show you my draw-ons for every trade I take. I even bro, this mouse. I even recorded my ongoing for my students for this trade. I could show you the draw-ons for the confluences for this trade. It was a 30-minute order block. There was some deviation placements. What else? You wouldn't replicate it if you don't know what the narrative is. You can't replicate it in the same way like I did in the last 2 weeks, because yeah, you don't know the narrative. You don't know where price is going. You probably can't read price action. And based on the last YouTube video, also some people said, bro, you're just stacking confluences. That's easy. I do the same. I know all of your concepts. Or this is like the funniest part. People say they know my concepts because I showed one breakdown video. I didn't recap the video, I broke the level down. I even showed some stuff with deviations, yes. I implied some logic to it, yes. But by far not that much what I could do. So of course I'm not sharing my 10,000s of hours of knowledge in one single YouTube video. I just give you a small insight of how a level could look like. Some levels are not even visual with the same ongoing. So yes, I don't want to say that top and bottom ticking is hard. Top and bottom ticking is easy. It's very, very easy. I could show you just a basic example. It's replicatable so often, it's not even hard. Like, so many people are doing it. So just let's show you a random thing on Friday. People maybe even marked out. Where the fuck? Here is it. Marked out this range, or even this range, but just for that range. And then they see, I mean, I got a slightly different placement, but this is also based on my narrative. So I had a placement nobody of this OTE range, nobody would understand besides my students, because I am able to read price action and analyze the section even more. So, and if I would show you the placement, you still won't get it. So I have a very specific placement for that, based on real smart reading of price action. Besides that, people are drawing stuff like this. Then they say, oh, I got my 618 right on this. Then I got my order block CE on that. Maybe there's even opening right here. Here's the zero opening, or it's here on top. But let's say here's the opening right on that level. Nice. We even have deviation levels on that. So we take the long. Yeah, nice long. Would have worked out, but just to show you. But there's still narrative missing. So yes, it's not hard to catch a top or bottom tick. And if I show you all of the confluences, you will see how the bottom tick or top tick is was built on, but you don't see what the thought process is and what the draw on liquidity is. And it's relatively basic sometimes, it's relatively hard sometimes. I'm gonna show you some basic stuff that occurred on Friday. I think I already recorded it, but I just gonna re-record it because I didn't like the previous YouTube video that I recorded. So I guess I'm gonna upload only this. So this is very basic. Of course, I also recapped this to the students, but I also implied way more secret stuff that I also won't share anytime longer besides the current members. So I analyzed some very advanced stuff in the previous price action, very advanced stuff, which is really insane, where I could call price to the tick. So I knew that Friday won't come lower than this to the tick, but That's not what I'm showing you. I'm showing you just logic now. Everybody should know, but this is the most basic stuff you should know. And this goes to the upside way more levels and gets way more advanced. But this is the basic knowledge everybody should know. So coming into Friday, we have the data high and data low. Besides the SMT we had on the data, we also could imply very easy logic on this. So I saw people trade shorts on this here. Insanely stupid, even though the short would have worked out here. People draw it on, that's what I showed you before, when I showed you this bottom tick to the upside. People draw from a range, top to bottom, and want to catch on a, let's say we have a rejection block here and 15 seconds CISD, whatever, I don't know. And it's combined with this, and then they take shots on here. And yes, it worked out, but what is this consolidation? What is this draw? And this looks like shit. And the narrative is also completely wrong. And if this occurs the next time, this won't work out. This is a high risk trade. So the narrative was wrong for a short trade like this, because the draw on liquidity here is clearly the data high. It's important zone. Everybody should know if you're already a little bit experienced. So data opens, we come down to the data low. Next target should be the data high. What happened here? Data low gets swept. We consolidate, move to the upside, targeting the data high, and we edge it. Why are we edging a data high when it's clearly the draw on liquidity? When we're not going in the direction where we should go, what are we doing then? In other words, we are manipulating. So we are manipulating to the downside, manipulating one more time these lows, sweeping one more time more liquidity. So this here gets manipulation. Besides that, yes, we could mark down the range from this to this, have an order block here, predict some stuff in here, maybe look out for an SMT. I also had some very special stuff in here. I showed my whole thought process of what I predicted what will happen in this area, besides NQ and ES. So yes, some SMT-based stuff. And also some specific SMT-based stuff that I implied by myself. So I don't like to say I invented it, but since I watched so many videos and theories and stuff, I'm the only one that is actively teaching a specific SMT concept. So yes, this also occurred in here, but I don't care about telling you that because nobody will find it, because it has a very special thought process. It's not easy to find, and you can't find it because the market also doesn't care about concepts and models, because it adapts. Those concepts and models are for us to read the price action, sometimes to the tick, sometimes to get the correct direction. And so concepts and models and blueprints for any trades or draw-ons are just a good way to read what's going on, and the market doesn't really care about any pre-drawed lines. So yes, I would definitely know what would happen here, and if we adapt or if we combine all of those concepts and apply logic to it, like I did here, then we can confidently entry in a specific area and look out for the PD array, and this is going to be the bottom tick. This is like my thought process when I look for the PD array, so it's not very basic stuff. You probably say, yeah, it is just AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but it's also, I told you, this is an easy example. Everybody should know. So if you watch this video and say this is easy, you're right. But I said there are levels to logic. There are levels. After this manipulation, you see, this is a clean distribution to the data high. Besides that, we made an SMT with this data high sweep because the data high on ES was to the left of the spike here. So we made this SMT on this data high sweep. After that, we made another SMT. After that SMT, I told the students in the tape read that I'm gonna, I want to see, or I predict there's that some volatility is coming into the market and we're dropping to the downside. 2 minutes later, we are dropping 50 points with one candle. And this is something you get by knowledge. You get by understanding what SMT means, understanding what logic means in terms of the market that is showing us. So we swept liquidity and made an SMT. And SMT is, in other words, it's manipulation. So we manipulated these highs here with ES and NQ. After that, we made manipulation again. So what is going on, or what would we predict or guess what is happening if we took the important draw on liquidity on the top and manipulate 2 times. We changing directions and dumping down. That was what is going on in my head. And so that's why I could predict this move down. And yeah, as I said, long time studying the chart gave me this vision. And yeah, I know this is basic. Maybe you didn't realize this area like that. Maybe you did. Then it would be very good. Then you're already a little bit advanced. But I said there's levels to logic. There's levels to logic. So not all PD arrays work out. It's insanely easy to call a bottom tick. It's also possible to be profitable with taking the simple bottom ticks based on OTE and a little bit of power of 3 or logic, but there are levels to logic. And because the PD arrays are not the secret sauce or anything, I'm also teaching in a specific way in a mentorship. I'm doing it live in a call, or I pre-record videos. When, let's say, I wake up, open my MacBook, and let's say we are at London session or even Asia, and then we are currently right here, and I do my draw-ons. Chart is moving live, so I'm doing almost every time a tape read and showing you, okay, why do I think this is going to happen? Why do you think this is going to happen? I'm not using this replay tool. I'm not using that. I'm doing it in real time so everybody can follow my thought process, because recapping trades like I showed you in here is easy as fuck. Everybody can do this in hindsight and do it in the afterwards, saying this was in discount, this is the order block CE most deeply discount level. So everybody can do that in hindsight, but I do this when the chart is moving live. Same what I did for this level here. Called this level out when we were pushing to the upside right here. Then I started my recording, showed everything. Bottom tick of the day. So that's what I can say of what is proper teaching. And yeah, and if I show you, like, I don't care. Some people saw my volume profile in my TikTok. I don't care if you see my volume profile. I really don't care. I don't gatekeep this, because the only stuff you could gatekeep is like real intense thought process. So this is not something I worry about. Even if people get my whole thought process, if they don't put in the work and really want to learn it, they also won't get it, because it takes a lot of dedication to this, and not just give me the secret sauce, give me the secret PD array. Was it a rejection block? So those are all empty, stupid questions that won't get you far. But yeah, you can get profitable with easy stuff, but you won't reach a higher level if you stick to that. But it's all right. Not all people have the same ambitions. Just wanted to make this clear, since some people are also getting toxic in the comments, or I mean, I don't care, but to light up their mind, I just made this video here. And yeah, if you got any questions or want me to record anything for YouTube for free or something, just let me know. Of course, I can share everything. I'm also putting a lot of work into mentoring the students. And yeah, this is gonna be, or this was my second YouTube video.
Smart money concept traps, baby. please make more videos like that. I'll leave comments so you can troll me so you can get more ad revenue. Keep doing it.